did I do yesterday? I didn't stream yesterday. So first of all, yesterday, I uploaded the course. The high-elo course is now finally out, which is great. Great. But in doing so, that consumed my PC for half of the day because my upload speed is so incredibly slow. I tried to tone my hair and I don't like it at all. I feel like I'm very old. Hey grandpa, see that's what I wanted to avoid, you know. But we got some things to react to. Do we do the patch note first and then the cinematic? Or cinematic first and then patch notes? Maybe patch notes first, huh? I thought the patch would be today. I was waking up today, I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna get to play the new patch. But it's tomorrow. I don't understand. The skins are available today, but the patch is available tomorrow? So this is the season of Nexus. Let's see how they're doing it. First of all, Fearless Draft. Our Tier 1 leagues of the world are moving to Fearless Draft format for the first professional split of the year. Fearless Draft is a restriction in best of 3 and best of 5 matches where champions cannot be picked more than once in a series, regardless of the team that picked them. For example, if team picks Jones, he'll be unavailable for both in the remaining games of that series. There are multiple reasons why we're trying out this new draft mode. First, we want to increase the end-game variety in professional play. It's weird that they put this in the patch notes, but second, we want to give more room for players with the unique champion pools to showcase the hundreds of hours they spent honing their craft on the typical champions, giving champion players stronger identities. Third, we're hoping that reduced pressure on pro focus balancing will allow champion tuning to better serve league players as a whole, so even if you aren't a pro, our goal is to see some benefits from this change as well. That's interesting, yeah. The third thing you'll notice when loading onto the Rift stages, we brought you to Nexus. As part of seasons, we want to make sure the connection to the theme of each season doesn't end as soon as you hit the play button. We want to take advantage of League's deep well of stories and lore to carry their immersion into the Rift and League's gameplay. So in season 2, it's like the new theme, right? Yeah. So every season is like a theme. This season, we're adding an entirely new epic monster to the Rift, introducing Atakhan, an ancient demon of bloodshed and violence. I think the design of this boss monster is pretty cool. And I like the two forms, but we'll see how it works out balance-wise. As far as I've read and watched, it looks like the GA Atakhan is way too strong, but we'll see. Atakhan spawns at 20 minutes and can bear any river close to either top or bottom lane. Which side he spawns on depends on which has seen more champion damage and kills by 40 minutes. In a higher action game, you'll see Ruinous Atakhan. If you manage to take him down in your target, it will permanently grant this increased effects from all epic monster rewards, and he'll leave behind a field of blood rose for anybody near it to collect. So this is like very small, no? In the Ruinous Atakhan, like you get increased effects from all epic monster rewards. That means Drakes and Nash, I guess. Upon taking down Voracious Atakhan, the team that slayed him received a permanent 40 gold bonus champion takedowns for the rest of the game and a one-time death negation effect for the next 150 seconds. If they would die, instead the player will enter stasis for 2 seconds and return to base after another 3.5 seconds. When this happens, the would-be killer instead gains 100 gold and 1 blood pearl for the team. And Ruinous Atakhan buff, upon taking down Ruinous Stadium, receives 25% increase to all epic monster rewards for the rest of the game, including rewards already earned like prior Dragon Stacks, and 6 blood petals immediately, and will then spawn 6 large and 6 small blood rose plants around this pit. Each petal gives the player that picked it up's team 25 XP, increasing up to 100% based on their KDA. What? With a lower KDA offering more experience, and 1 to 0.3 adaptive force, increasing by up to 100% based on their KDA with lower. So if you have bad stats, you get more XP? That's kind of strange. The boss tactic coming in clutch or what? If you're 0.8 and you pick this shit up, you get a shit ton of XP. And 1 to 0.3 adaptive force. Is this random or what does it mean? Petals can be gained through hitting a blood rose. A large one drops 3 petals while a small one drops 1, or they can be taken through other ways like Atakhan. With Atakhan, we wanted to create an important gameplay objective that allows players to participate more in shaping the story unique to each game on Summoner's Rift. I think this is good. I think it's good to have more variety in League. With Baron Nashor, I don't know your guys' experience exactly, but my experience has been every game playing around Nash is kind of the same thing, you know? So it's exciting to have an objective that can spawn on 2 different sides, and you'll have to play around it differently, and with 2 different forms. Just definitely creates a lot more variety, a lot more need to adapt and improvise, which I think is good. So definitely in the right direction. If they executed it well, that's hard to say, but they got the right idea. And I like to see that. Respawning Nexus Turrets. Pretty simple. After being destroyed, Nexus Turrets will respawn after a 3-minute delay. Just a good change. Good change. When you lose your Nexus towers, all hope is lost in the game. And I think if you can hold an open Nexus for 3 minutes, yeah, you should get some sort of reward. Makes sense. Shouldn't just feel like the game is instantly lost because you lost your Nexus towers. Because, I mean, the enemy team should be like, play well to also end the game out, you know? Feats of Strength. Nexus is coming to the Rift and bringing the Feats of Strength with it. This new system replaces the gold bonus from First Blood and First Turret, while adding a third Feat of Strength for teams to fight over, Monster Slaying, which requires 3 epic monster claims to complete. So they're making it so that before, right, when you got First Blood, you got 100 extra gold. When you got First Tower, you got 300 extra gold. But now, instead, you're gonna get like a stack of Feats of Strength, and you need 2 out of 3 of those stacks to get the upgraded boots. And when you get the upgraded boots, you immediately get these bonus stats, and that allows you also to upgrade into even better boots that we see down here for 750 gold. So this is the new snowballing mechanic. So rather than just getting gold, then gets this. We'll see how it looks. What I've heard is that the swiftness boots are very OP, and the Berserker Grease boots don't look too crazy. We first get 5% attack speed. I mean, I think already this is a bit of a joke. Okay, I don't want to complain too much about ADC, right? But 5% attack speed and 4 magic pen, can you even put those two in the same sentence? Are we really putting those two on the same level? 5% attack speed and 5 movement speed? We're pretending that's the same? And then the upgrade is 5 movement speed, 10% attack speed. Upon attacking the champion, gain 15% melee, 10% ranged movement speed decaying over 2 seconds. This is also a bit of a spit in the face that melee champions benefit more off of our boots than we do. Just the concept of it kind of rubs me the wrong way. I have a feeling that these boots will be the least impactful. Then we have the Lucidity boots. Upon damaging an enemy champion with a spell, using a certain spell or buffing an ally with a spell, gain 10% movement speed for 4 seconds. And then the sword shoes gives a 10% magic pen. What? How is this on the same level? This is insane. You get 4 magic pen here, then an extra 3, so you get 7 magic pen and 10% percentage. Imagine if our boots gave us 7 lethality and 10% armor pen. What? So yeah, overall, just looking at this, not looking too great for us, boys. After taking physical damage from a champion, gain 10 to 140 physical shield plus 4% of your maximum health for 4 seconds. This sounds pretty good. Pretty decent shield that also scales with your HP, and it's the same for the Merc Treads. You also gain a shield. But this is a magic shield. Oh, it's a physical shield and a magic shield. Oh, that's interesting, actually. I thought it was just a flat shield. I mean, that's good. That's good. And then we have the Swifty boots. Increase your total movement speed by 4%. This multiplies all other forms of movement speed. This multiplies with other movement speed increases, making it much more powerful than the standard movement speed increase. So everybody's been telling me this one is really OP. And Swifty's boots have already been quite OP. So I hope I just don't see Swifties every single game. Because if Swifties is OP, it also kind of impacts the ADCs that are OP. That means that ADCs that buy Swifties should be better, you know? Like ADCs that just don't auto-attack, which are already kind of the ADCs that are good. You know, auto-attacking ADCs are not the best right now. It's like mostly Ashe and Jinx, or you play like Spellcaster ADCs. I think that's not too exciting, and I also think the Berserker Greaves one looks really underwhelming, but we'll have to see. And then it's also the Synchronized Souls, which gets the same, but 10% out of combat, which also seems pretty damn good, to be honest. And then Cassio gets more movement speed, right, because she doesn't buy boots. She's a snake, she don't got boots. And then they're changing teleport. Teleport is interesting now because when you teleport from like up to bot, you see on the map the whole time when they're flying. So it's very hard to like surprise TP behind someone because you see them traveling. And it also means that the teleport itself is a little bit slower, which means that for returning to lane, for TPing behind someone, it's not as fast. So their goal is to just kind of nerf TP a little bit. And make it have more counterplay, while also they're making it so that everybody has home guards, which means that their goal is essentially that you don't need to have a teleport on mid lane and top lane. Lane minions, so this is a big change. And I was thinking, I just released my course and they're changing lane minions. But then I thought to myself, like, how much actually changes? And of course I'll have to play and test and I'll update the course, obviously. But something that I was thinking that might become meta should be maybe just cheater recalling, because before how you cheater recalled, right, is you stack 3 waves and then you base. But now, since the cannon is on the 4th wave, that makes cheater recalling a lot better because it'll be like, you know, a cannon wave, so they can never hard push it and it'll be super like tanky, you know. It's always better to recall before a cannon. So I'm interested to see if that becomes meta. The second thing that I've also heard from this patch is that lane swapping is actually better now because it's harder to dive and you just get, they also removed some of the turret fortification, which is really strange to me. I hope that the meta doesn't just become lane swapping every game, but we'll have to see. We can read a bit here. We're changing some underlying minion and turret rules to make the early game laning less punishing. in the worst cases. We want more matchups to feel playable in the very early game, as optimal play can create situations where the disadvantaged lane has no winning moves, simply waiting to get tower dove on the third wave while hiding under tower that doesn't protect strongly enough. First up, minion waves will now clear each other out more quickly. A small decrease in early game HP and a significant increase in damage to other lane minions means minions will die faster and the average size of minion where they restart will be smaller. I also wonder how much this will impact slow pushing. Will you still be able to create the waves that you made before? I've always told you guys always slow push, right? I told you guys slow push, slow push, slow push, slow push is so OP, and they are nerfing it. But how much, you know? We'll have to test and see, and maybe it'll be a difference that you can slow push one wave less. Maybe it'll be a difference that you can slow push the same amount of waves, but it's a bit faster. We'll have to see, right? We'll have to see. Minions also scale more now, later on into the game, which I think most people will not notice, but, you know, it Cannon minion AD scaling stops 7 days, 90 minutes for 7 days scaling. That's the average ADC scaling right now. Yeah, just give me 7 days, guys. I'll be useful. Turrets. We're increasing the PvP towers of turrets. They're also increasing the minion XP range, which will take a bit to get used to, but it's a small increase. The thing that I wonder if, like, why I think lane swaps might be even better now is because of this change, essentially. Because now it's much harder to dive because the heat damage amp is higher and the heat duration is longer. And the fortification damage is reduced back to 50%. So this means, in my head now, that if you swap and top lane is against 2 or 3 people, it should be really hard for them to dive him, kill him, and he TP's back, and for them to dive him again. And if you can't dive him 2 times in a row, then the swap should always be really good. And if you can't dive him at all, then the swap should be really good. I could see swaps being just meta every single game in pro play. And I hope Riot looks into it and thinks about changing it, because I think it's insanely boring. It's so uninteractive. Only people that slow stroke to macro like Veigar V2 find it interesting. It's just not interesting, is it? It's just not. I want to see laning phase. I want to see some micro skill expression. I want to see some level up timers fighting level 2 go, you know? I don't want to see 3 people trying to like dive a Cassante. That's not my vibe. We're simplifying the bounty rules for champions so our unproven players can more easily understand how champions go to their bounty state. Will no longer be ignoring the first minus 50 gold. Will tend to be worth less gold than before. Okay, so you can be like worth 250 gold insta when you go 0-1. Veigar V2 gonna goon this fearless draft lane swapping season? Legit, bro. Legit. And you'll be like, no, that isn't how you swap. Swap. Veigar V2 will be coaching a silver 3 ADC, and he'll be like, what? You are playing a Philios into Kalista and you are not swapping. What are you doing? Bro, my Darius won't swap. Yes, he will. Okay, season ranked, season 1, 2025. I don't know why they went through with this naming change. It's so bad. It's gonna be 25 season 1.2. 25.season1.1. We had a good system. We had 14.24. We would have had 15.1. That would have been so simple. Everybody would understand it. The real meat of this patch. The ADC changes. So they're changing Ashe, Kalista, and Varus, and giving Twitch a slight buff. And let's see what it's all about. Ashe's update this patch has 2 goals. First, we'd like to reduce the extremely high power she has in early levels. A combination of one of the highest functional level 1 attack damage in the game and permanently slowing her targets can create situations where a single mistake means she runs you down the entire lane, causing you to flash or die. Something I'm talking about a lot. Ashe is super OP level 1 because she can make every short trade into an all-in, because she just slows you down and she can keep fighting you. This is a good start so far. Second, we like if Frost Show was always a benefit and sometimes a hindrance. Even if 100% crit chance, Ashe would never get any bonus damage from her passives, since it only applied if they were already slowed. All these changes are a simple power shift, making it weaker at level 1, but stronger than before after level 5, regardless of build. So they're making it Ashe's passive now, does 15% less damage, but it works on the first auto. This makes Ashe a lot better in short trades. It makes her better later in the game, and it makes her damage more upfront. I think it's a good change. Let's continue reading. And then we have the Q. The damage goes up by 5%, and the attack speed goes up by 10% max rank. So putting more points into Q is going to be better. And then the W, they're saying it's a nerf level 1, but a buff after level 5. Level 5 of the skill or level 5... which level 5 do they mean? Level 5 in the game or maxed it out? I mean, this looks like overall buffs, and I hate Ashe. So that sucks. I guess I'll have to play Ashe. But this looks like a more fun Ashe to play. I hated how clunky it felt CSing with her, because the first auto you do does piss damage, but then the second auto you do does a lot of damage because, you know, they're slowed now. I like this change a lot. This just will feel way better. Reminds me of some like the Tristana changes they did. The rest is just like, this is just a buff, right? And this looks like mostly just a buff. Like the W damage level 1 of Ashe wasn't that high, and it wasn't really that part of the reason why she was broken level 1. It's just that she did a lot of damage with her autos and slows. Similar to that changes above, we like to reduce some Callista's extremely high level 1-3 power while also giving her something for Callista players to be excited about. On the nerf side of things, we're reducing her ability to QE poke by nerfing Pierce's base damage and mana cost, while also nerfing her all-in power by nerfing the first few ranks of Ren's bonus damage on multiple stacks. On the buff side of things, we've rebuilt Marshall's post logic for dash speed. Callista's dash calculation is a complicated beast that has her attacks per second, bonus attack speed, dash distance, and moon speed modifiers. I'm a rocket scientist too, I think. Plus, some extra knowledge keeping going from too slow. So dash better, right? But this seems so small, no? Like, you nerf her Q, you nerf her E, and you make her dash better? Base attack speed now properly references the buff around 8%. 8% base attack speed buff? That's pretty good. Influence of attack speed also is halved. Attack speed increases, still have full influence. Movement speed multiplier, this is typically close to 100%, but not movement speed is more resilient to slows. The minimum multiplier is 48%. Restored Callista's dash animation when basic attacking. And the Q damage is going down by 10 at all ranks, and the mana cost is going up by 10 at all ranks. And the E damage per stack is going down by 1 first rank, but then up by 2 and up more by that every point you put into it. But the total AD is going down by 5% at all ranks. We'll have to see. I guess it's supposed to be a buff. I don't know how big the passive changes are, but it just says trust us on this one. So, you know, I'll let them cook. I'll trust. And Twitch buff. They're buffing her as W slow mount, 1% per 100 AP. Oh, well, that's pretty underwhelming. I mean, when you have 300 AP, you slow by 3% more. Does anybody care about that? If you get 1k AP, you slow by 10% more. Varus. Base mana decreased, Q mana cost decreased, W damage increased, E mana cost increased. Like with Atakhan, we like to make Varus super early laning phase feel more interactive. Hail of Arrows is an extremely long range and reliable poke tool, especially with undodgeable system damage like Comet and Scorch. That's true, that's true. While Varus has very good reasons for its E being long range and reliable, mostly for poking blight on fleeing enemies, we can price it as spell cast such that it requires those blight stacks to be worth casting. So shifting his mana constraints let him play around Piercing Arrow much more, which has higher quality gameplay around dodging and hiding behind minions, and relegating Hail of Arrows to be a more situational skill. To further create room in the early game, we're also stretching out Blighted Quiver's bonus on hit damage. 40 less mana, 15 less mana cost on Q, all ranks. W on hit damage down by 2, first rank, but then up. It's equal at third rank, and then up at max rank. Pretty big nerf to the W, to be honest. This just looks like nerfs. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys, because you max W second, so you won't feel the buff until like level 10, and then the E just costs 10 more mana, and you have 40 less mana. So even though this costs 15 less, I think it's just a nerf overall. Items: Bloodletter Curse, AP Bruisers. With lethality, you max it 30 even? Yeah, with lethality, you max it last, so then it's just less damage. AP Bruisers like a pen or shred item with stats I feel good for them purchase, so we're bringing over Bloodletter's Curse from Arena to accommodate that need. We adjust the stats, create a recipe outside of the rules of passing, and helpfully assist on Summer Shred. Expecting some non-boosters as a brown will slight side item, but with caves only chapters such as Mordecai's and Gwen feel good building it. 3k gold, or 2.9k gold, 60 AP, 350 health, 15 ability, stealing magic damage for abilities, passive strength, and reduce your magic resist by 5% for 6 seconds up 30%. What about 3q into W max if you're on it? You could, yeah. But it's pretty underwhelming, I think. Like, the thing is, 2 damage rank 1 is so much more important than 2 damage max rank. It should be more than 2 damage max rank if they wanted to really make it impactful, I think. It should be like 5 damage max rank. Heartsteel. We're making several item changes, specifically serving a clash of health stacking tanks. Don't tell me this is a buff. If you're telling me this is a buff, I'm going to. Specifically serving a class of health stacking tanks, targeting Heartsteel, unending despair, Moist armor. For Heartsteel, we're reintroducing a strategy with kit-driven health increases to be nicer on champions like Sion. Are you playing the game? Are they playing the game? Why are we making Unending Despair and Heartsteel better items? Hello? Let's see the Unending Despair. It's being changed from a generic teamfight winning item to be a more obvious slot 2 item for health stackers. Dual resist allow these champions to keep buying health, while the reduced base value but overall higher health percentage. Second allows Anguish to strongly serve champions with large health pools. Bro, which writer is a tank main? Which writer is a tank main, bro? What is this? Why are they getting the craziest, coolest scalings? They're making everything scale with HP. Every 4 seconds while in combat with champions, deal 3% bonus health plus 18-15 based on level. Magic damage to my champions deal for 250% of the damage dealt. I wish they showed me some math on how much bonus health you need for this to be more. But I'm guessing this is OP. I'm guessing this is OP. It also makes it, like, it now gives 25 armor and 25 magic resist. So it's an item you can buy just, like, always. Second item. Oh, what are we doing? Okay, Warmugs. We're not buffing Warmugs, are we? We're not buffing Warmugs. Warmugs being shifted to clear HP caps on items make champions tankier, as opposed to other aldos for health, such as Heart Steel, Titan, or converts that into damage. Okay, so you need now 2k HP instead of 1.5. It gives no moon speed. Regenerate 2% when minus 0 to get 4% bonus or something like that. Regenerate 3% minus 0 something in the last second. Okay, this item's just bad now. Like, it gives no moon speed, and it gives no moon speed when you're regenerating HP, but you regen 0.5% more max HP, and it's in the last 8 seconds. So they're just nerfing Warmugs hard. They're nerfing Warmugs hard. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Following runes have been removed. Nullifying Orb, Eyeball Collection, Zombie Ward, Ghost Portal. The following runes have been added. Oh shit. Deep Ward. Stealth wards placed in the enemy jungle are considered deep. Okay. And after level 11, stealth wards placed in the river are considered deep as well. Deep wards gain 1 extra health and 45 second duration. This sounds so underwhelming. So I get a tankier ward that lasts a bit longer. Bro, this is like the most soy boy playstyle. I go deep ward for the tankier, longer lasting wards in the deep. I put them in the deep. 6 cents automatically ping untracked and unseen wards within 900 units. After level 11, 6 cents will also reveal the ward for 10 seconds, 300 second cooldown for melee champions, 360 second cooldown for range champions. That sounds good for junglers. Grisly Mementos. For each champion takedown, gain 4 trinket ability haste. In modes where this doesn't make sense, gain 2 summoner ability haste instead of the max of 50. In modes without words, operators like D-words. Oh, I get champion takedown and I get trinket ability haste? Are you kidding me? Who the cares? You gave me the first blood, so I get the deep ward and the trinket ability haste. Axiom Arcanus. Your ultimate ability's damage, healing, and or shielding is increased by 14%? What? 14% increased damage on Karthus ult? Takedowns on enemy champions refund 7% of your ultimate's ability current remaining cooldown. Reduced to 9% for AoE damaging abilities. Is this good on any ADC? What ADC has like a crazy good ult? Caitlyn. 14% increase on Caitlyn ult. But this rune is... it looks so much better than all the others. So this is replacing Nullifying Orb? Caitlyn this dog? How? It's 14% increase on Caitlyn ult. Isn't that good? I don't know, ADC bros. It's looking rough for us, I think. The only thing that made me a tiny bit excited was the sorcery rune. That is probably meant for mages anyways. Why is there nothing, bro? There's nothing. These ADC chains are nothing. Give me some cool item. Give me something, man. God damn, man. So this is what they deal with in top lane, bro. And the ADC, we got the pea shooters. I hope we get some Draven. Some Draven madness in Arcane Season 3 or whatever the fuck it'll be at the Nexus region. I'm excited to get inted.